Well, well. Oh, wait. Hello. Just sitting here if I could get on line. What's going on? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on a minute. I'll sit down here for a second. Say something. Yeah, just waiting on, just, sitting here, I'll get online. Waiting on him to come out at 8. They are so noisy out here. Oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Right now. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Waiting on. Hi, Janet. Hi, Janet. What's up, honey? What's up, honey? What is up, Janet? Ooh, wow. Got my shirt on wrong. Hold on a minute. What is up, Janet? What is up, girl? What is up, Janet? I don't know what's going on with these clothes of mine I got on today. Got this thing looking like I got a big old belly. Girl, bye. Hi, Janet. Hi, Janet. I don't know where everybody is today. They know they're supposed to came in today. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like to go live. Just because it is. Yeah. Where is everybody at, Janet? Where is everybody at? Supposed to came on today. I told them 12 o'clock. Not one person here. It doesn't do me no good to come on live. That's why I don't like coming on live. That is the reason why. What's this funky making all this noise? Thought I had it down. And I don't know where they at. I don't know where they at. I don't know. I know, and they're not even coming on. They supposed to been here at 12 o'clock. It is 12 o'clock though now. So we'll see if they come. They will see if they're gonna come. How you been doing? How's Texas treating you? How is Texas treating you? I gotta come and visit you one day, Janet. I gotta come visit you, girl. Where is everybody here? I don't even see your message up there. This thing is coming up on all late. Oh, we already talked about this. All my people. Now, not one person here but you. Girl, bye. These people are a mess. Mm-mm-mm. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. What is this? How did you like my what was it? Oh, you were late. You didn't get to come to the thing. You came late. I mean, you didn't come at all. What is it? Wait a minute. I'm forgetting my password. Where is everybody at? Where are they at? Okay. Yeah. 4 messages again. Where is everybody? Do you hear that noise outside? They tearing down trees. Where is everybody at? How much time caught you out? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What is this? I watch you. Your Oh, did you? That was good. Let me see what this girl's saying. Folks don't want to do right. I don't know. Hi, Niecy Pooh. I'm waiting on the folks to get in here. They know I'm supposed to come on the thing. Yes. How you doing, baby? How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing today? Where is everybody? And do y'all hear that noise outside? That is a man cutting down a tree next door. He's been cutting down these trees for about 30 years. It seemed like 30 years. We're going to talk about something as soon as a couple people get in here. Then I can put the people that's supposed to be on my panel up here today, like Three Wheels and Sissy Eaters, ain't came in here yet. I'm doing okay. I was watching your little kitty. So cute. Oh my goodness. That is the cutest kitty. About to get me one. Get me a little cat. Get me a little kitty, coo. Ah. Yeah, leaving me all these messages. These people on here leave me so many messages. Yeah, so many messages. So many messages. I got so many messages on this phone. These folks need to stop leaving me so many messages. Dang. Mm-mm. Where is all the party people at today? We talking about, well, talked about, I said. Why are so many people afraid of change when it comes to God, pertaining God? But we got to wait till other people get here. Yes, I can't wait to get one. Oh, yeah, I am going to get me one. I'm going to get me one. Yes, I am. I'm going to get me a little kitty. Then I'm going to show it like you show yours all the time. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And she be everywhere. Did you think of a name yet, Damo, or you didn't yet? Did you think of a name yet for your kitty cat, girl? Did you think of your name for the kitty cat? Where is everybody at now? We supposed to start this thing at 12 o'clock. There ain't nobody in here but Janet and Damo. And the people in the background, that is, like always. You know they're going to be in the background showing their face. Yes. Oh, Bella's cute. Bella. That's cute. That's a cutie name. Yeah. Yep, I ain't doing that. What you guys got going on for the weekend? We can't talk about our subject yet because we don't got enough people in here. How about that? I'm not going to do too much of anything but sit in the house. I went and got me some bananas. Yeah. Wait a minute. I was in counseling yesterday. It was getting very deep. She is having me pull out of my deep selves, and oh, that's nice. That's nice. Here's my adopted son. I'm about to show you guys a picture of him. Hold on. Let me show you a picture of my adopted son. Wait a minute. Where you at? Where you at, Luke? Here's my adopted son. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there you go. That's my adopted son. He's 21 years old. I had this boy right here since he was 6 years old. And then he finally got to be a big boy. And then he went on his own. Let me show you some more pictures of him. He got a beard and all, a whole beard and everything, huh? Funny how kids grow up. There you go again. Yeah, me too. Sit in the house. Me too. That's what I do all day anyway. Sit in the house all day, every day. Sit in this dang going crazy house all day. We're going to talk about change, and nobody have not said anything about it yet. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. As soon as a couple more people get in here, I wanted some people on the panel. Who's supposed to be on the panel? Sissy Edith's supposed to be on the panel today, and Three Wheels. Hi, Nene, Pookie, Niecy, Pookie. We supposed to have a panel today, but ain't nobody here today for the panel. All these people are supposed to be coming. Ain't not one person showed up. Girl, bye. These folks these days. Yeah, here's my, you guys, that was my, he's cutie pie too. That is him. He's a cutie pie right there. Hi, honey. Mwah. Yeah, he is handsome, isn't he? You want to see him? Nene, let me show you a picture of my little adopted son. There we go. He's so cute. Wait a minute, hold on. There you go. He's so cute. Yeah. We're supposed to be talking about why so many people are afraid of scared to change when it's concerning God. I'm going to get started anyway. The reason why I think people are scared to change when it's concerning God, because they're used to their old ways. One thing about me, I was always scared to change when it's concerning God. The reason why, because I was used to being mean to people. I was used to just doing what I do. I was thinking the bill acting. I don't know. Wow. I was used to being mean to people. I was used to I was just comfortable in that way. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to be saved. I didn't want to do the things that God wanted me to do. So I thank you so much. He is very cute. Thank you so much, Janet. So I was used to being the way I was. And sometimes we get used to being in the situation that we are in and we don't want to change. So I didn't want to change. I was just comfortable in being who I was. I didn't want to change for God. And God always was giving me signs to change who I was, because I was going down the wrong road, cussing people out, being mean, just being evil. And and that's not of God. So that's why a lot of people don't want to change, because they like to be who they are. They like to have control of their own life. Not saying that just because you change doesn't mean you have control of your life. God's going to give you control of your life, but he wants you to change. If there's a reason to change, we need to change to get things right. The way the world is going on right now, we all need to start changing. We all need to start being better people than we are, because like I said, I didn't want to change because I loved the way I was. I didn't care about what other people was doing. I didn't care about the Lord Jesus. I just didn't care about him. I didn't want to live like he wanted me to live. I want to live like I want to be. I want to be stingy. I want to be mean. I want to be selfish, because that's who I was back there. I was selfish. I was mean. I thought the world all revolved around me. And being that God had changed me to be the person I am today, I am so, so, so happy, because if it wasn't for him, I probably will still be mean, being obnoxious, thinking the world revolves around me with my nose stuck in the air. And sometimes we have to sit down and talk to God about where he wants us to be at. And that's why a lot of people is in the predicament they are in right now, because they don't want to change. And God have told you over and over to change who you are, change your wicked ways, change the way you think, change the way you dress, change everything about you. And we don't want to do that because we're comfortable in the skin we in. We don't want to never get comfortable in the skin we in, because when there is a need to change, you need to do that. And what it says in 1 Peter chapter 5:7 says, cast all your cares, meaning cast all your fears, cast all your anxiety. Like if you're scared about something, if you're scared about changing, if you're scared about things that's going on in your life, change. And like I said, sometimes we need to sit down and talk to God about our lives. Are we going the right way? Because sometimes we think we're going the right way when we're simply going the wrong way. I used to think that I was going the right way. Everything was happening wrong to me. And just because you're a Christian and just because you turn your life around doesn't mean that you're not going to still have things happen the wrong way, because I still have things happen wrong for me every single day. But I still think that God is working out things going to be better, because sometimes when you're a Christian and things go wrong, you just know later on in life, things are about to get better for you. It haven't got better yet because it's just not your time. But don't be scared to change who you are. If God said, don't change for people, just change for God. And there's a lot of people out there that change for people, which is wrong. We want to change for our Father, so he know that we're looking up to him. We're not looking up to people. And that's what we got to learn to do. And that's why so many people is in the predicament where they are in right now, because they don't want to be a better person. They like who they are. They're comfortable with who they are. They think if they change, that something's going to go wrong or something's not going to go right. But when you change for God, things always go right. Always go right. Because I was the same way. I'm telling you guys something that I've been through. I've been through all of this stuff. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to be a better person. I loved the way I was. I love being mean. I love fussing people out. I loved all that stuff. You must change for the, right. Yeah, and if you can't do that, we're going to always be stuck doing nothing. Where's all the people at today? Ain't nobody but 3 people in here. Where's all these people at today? Make me want to get off this dang on live stream, but I ain't gonna get off. But yeah, so that's why I say this was a great topic for my people, and they ain't even here. Nobody. Frank ain't here. Mama ain't here. None of them ain't here. You guys. Ooh. Yeah, so we're going to want to change, and something is changing is your life. Believe is for the better. When you change something, believe it's for the better. Whatever you change is for the better. Like I said, I didn't never want to change. I always wanted to be the person I was. I didn't care about what God was saying to me. I didn't care about what nobody else was saying to me. Because my mother used to tell me all the time, you need to change your attitude. You got a bad attitude. And I still say it that way. I say, and being that I'm a great person now, a loving person, a kind person, and will give people the shirt off my back. God likes that. And that's what God say. He wants us to start changing for him. He don't want you to change for the world, because we're not of the world. When we become a Christian, when we become somebody, a person of God that God created, God wanted us to be, they will love you. Auntie, something must came up. I don't know. But like I said, when you change, you have to do it for you and God. And if you say, who loves you, right? I know who loves me. Yeah, where they don't love me. Where they at, Nene? Where they at, Nisi Poo? Where they at? Where are the people in the house? Yeah, so I learned to change and upgrade myself and uplift myself, because like I said, if you don't change and you need to change, things go wrong in your life. And all these type of things that was going on in my life, that's because I didn't change. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to be a better person because I loved who I was. I love being mean. I love just being angry. I love being selfish, being like I was better than somebody. God, lunchtime, go eat then. Go ahead on eat, Nene. But God still wanted me to be the person I wanted to be. And I thank God every single day of the person that I've become because I became a Christian. I became a child of God. And you know what? And I don't want, hi, who's that? Hi, Next Page. How are you? Welcome in. I don't know where all the people are today, but that's okay. I'm glad you're here. So God don't want us to be somebody that we're not. And like I said, when we change, God will show you. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you for being here, love. I had told everybody that I was coming on today, and nobody seems to be in here today. Hold on, let me read your message, and then we'll get back talking again. Let me see. Wait a minute. Hi, it's checking in the second time. I did. You good people. Oh, I'm not sure what to deal with. Yeah, so what we're trying to say is in here. So don't forget to don't be afraid to change. God say, I will help you change. And like I said, you don't want to change for nobody but God. And one thing about us, we always change for other people, which we should never do. Change for God. God say, I love you for who you are. But God, if God sees the need for you to change. Like I said, I never wanted to change to be the person I am today because the reason why I was scared to go back. I was scared to go to be somebody else. And God always told me, I want you to be what I want you to be. But I was scared to go down that ladder. Sometimes we are scared. That's why we need a little boost sometime for somebody to help us along the way. Like I said, I've been a Christian here 5 years. And this road right here, that this Christian walk has been a little hard. I have my ups and downs. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you're not going to have your ups and downs. You're going to always have ups and downs. You're going to always have things that go wrong for you. But guess what? That doesn't mean that you give up. That doesn't mean you don't change. When you see change is needed, do it. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You keep on going. You keep on striving to be whatever you want to be because God made you who you are. But God say, I want this woman to change. I want her to be a better person. I want that man to change. I want him to be a better person. I don't want him to be mean. I don't want him to be evil. So God is taking you away from that type of stuff. So if God is taking you away from all that mean and evil stuff, go ahead and change. Some people are scared to change because they don't know what's in store for them. If it got to do with anything concerning God, it's something great happening. And most of the time, when things are happening bad for us, you know down the line that there's going to be some good stuff coming along. And that's why I always say to myself, even though things are happening bad right now, doesn't mean that it's going to always stay that way. It's good things is coming. Like God said, good things come to those who wait. And you know what? I've been waiting a long time. Like I said, I lost my husband around here. I lost my husband around here. But like I said, I thought I lost my best friend. But you know what? I stayed praying. I stayed on my knees. I stayed on that Bible. And you know what? Things have got easier for me because I let God use me. I didn't sit and isolate myself. I let God use me. And that's what we got to learn to do. Let God use us. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about if that person say, well, you shouldn't change. You listen to what God said. If God say, Nene, you need to change, then change. If God say, Damo, you need to change, then change. If God say, any of you guys need to change, just change. It's for the better. And like I said, I was on this road of destruction. I know I was on this road of something that was going to happen bad to me because I didn't want to change. I was comfortable being mean. I was comfortable being selfish. I was comfortable being the way I was. And God already told me, I don't want you like that anymore. I want you to be a child of God. So I just decided to turn my life around and be the best that I can be. Oh, that's okay. Thank you so much, Ned. And to be the best that I can be. So being that I wasn't saved 5 years ago, I was just living my life, being mean, being angry with people. And, you know, being that God gave me this gift to uplift somebody. Hey, Delusion, how are you, baby? Welcome in. And being that God gave me this gift to uplift somebody and motivate somebody, to encourage somebody to keep on going on, even though you have your bad days, you keep going on. If God say, hey, it's going to be all right, guess what? You got to understand that God said it's going to be all right. And it is going to be all right because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Nothing formed against you shall prosper if you count on God. And that's one thing that we don't do. We don't count on God anymore. The way the world is going on right now, we don't want to change. We don't want to count on God. We just want to count on other people, which is wrong. God say, count on me. I'm your healer. I'm your everything. So if you are everything, you keep on going on. You keep your head up high. You keep on loving one another. You keep on uplifting one another, because that's what God put us on earth to do. He put us on uplift people, encourage one another. There's so many people are discouraging people other than encouraging. We got to be the type of person that we got to encourage people. I have encouraged, and I have encouraged. I don't know where all my people are today. They know they're supposed to have been in here today, but that's okay. I still keep on talking. And that's one thing that God don't want us to do, get discouraged when people don't come like they're supposed to do. We got to keep on going. You got to love one another. You got to keep your head up high. And when God say you need to change your attitude, change it. When God said you need to change the way you walk, and change that. Don't be afraid to change things that needs to be changed in your life. So, hi, Dorada, how are you doing? Don't forget to change. And like I said, I was so mean back then. You guys wouldn't believe it by looking at me now to be that I was such a meanie back there. In school, they used to call me a little meanie. And I knew I was a mean person. I knew that I wasn't going to get nowhere being that type of person. We don't get nowhere being that type of person. When you're mean, when you evil, when you doing all these things, you don't get nowhere being that person. You don't get nowhere being that person, because God didn't make you to be that person. God wants you to love one another. And we got to learn, as long as we live here, we got to encourage one another, and we got to love on each other. And we don't do that much because we're too scared to change of who we are. Like I said, if God say change who you are, your wicked ways, your personality, your character, do it. But don't do it for people. We want to do it for God. We don't want to do it for people. We want to do it for God. And like I said, I've been down this Christian journey 5 years. 5 years, I get tested every single day. I get this happen to me. I get that happen to me. But guess what? I am still here. I am still loving one another. I am still doing what God wants me to do. And that's what we all need to do as we go down this journey. Do what God wants us to do. You see everything is happening out here in the world. Why not change? Why not get your life right? God always say, get your life back right before I come back. You don't know the day, the time, the hour that God is. Thank you so much, Underrated. You don't know the day, the time, the hour that God is coming back. We don't know that. We don't know that. So that's why it's good to start changing now. It's good to read your Bible now. It's good to get up in the morning and say a prayer. Thank you, Jesus, for waking me up this morning. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And that's one thing that we have to learn every single day, to get up in the morning and say a prayer. We don't want to say a prayer because we're listening to what everybody will say. Oh, there's not no God. I don't believe in God. We don't want to listen to those type of people. We want to listen to God. God is the one gave you life this morning. If it wasn't for God, you would not be here. You wouldn't even be breathing. So we got to thank God every day for life. We got to thank God for waking us up this morning. We got to thank God for watching over us last night. Some people don't even do that. They don't want to change. They don't want to thank God for waking up. I thank God each and every day He opened my eyes. That's life. God didn't ask you to say a whole prayer. He just went, hey, it's a wonder. He just wants you to pray. What is the matter with you guys just getting up in the morning and say a prayer? The reason why we don't want to say a prayer, because we don't believe in God. We don't want to listen to what God say. I was the same way. I'm not going to say I wasn't the same way. I was the same way as everybody else. I didn't want to pray. I didn't want to change. And God kept revealing things to me. You need to change. You need to change. I kept ignoring it 5 years ago. I kept ignoring it. And then a lot of crazy things started happening to me about the shaking hand things and all that other stuff that I said in my premiere, that I didn't come out and say what it was. But a lot of things happened to me because I didn't want to change. It's a wonder. I didn't want to listen to Him. But the shaking hand thing meant a lot to me. And it started changing me. It started me being a better person. I didn't want to read the Bible. I didn't want to be good to people. I didn't want to do none of these things. And God had already told me, you need to read the Bible. You need to be good to people. You need to be kind. I gave you this platform for a reason. And I gave you this platform for a reason to motivate somebody. I gave you this platform for a reason to encourage somebody. I gave you this platform. We need to start uplifting each other. What we do wrong, we don't uplift each other. We don't tell people where we came from. So I'm today's going to tell you where I came from. I wasn't always a Christian, but I thank God today that I have been a Christian 5 years. I have not backslided. Some days it makes me feel bad because sometimes I feel like I can't go on, but guess what? I still go on anyway. So if there's room for change in your life, do it while you still here. We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. If there's room for you to get your life better with God, get a closer relation with God, Do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because many days people wait till tomorrow, and sometimes they don't make it till tomorrow. So while we got a chance to get our life together right now, we need to do it right now. Cast all your cares, all your worries to God. Like he said in I think it was First Peter chapter 5:7. Cast all your worries and cares to God. God will take care of you. Ain't nobody else out here going to take care of you. Felicia not going to take care of you. Peter not going to take care of you. Paul is not going to take care of you. Only person going to take care of you is going to be God. All God want me to do is bring people to him. He's going to do the rest. I can't take care of you. All I can do is bring people to God and let him take care of you. That's what we need to do more of. We need to pray a little bit more, and we need to change things in our life that needs to be changed. If God say that you are right, then just you be all right. But if God say, hey, Trisha, you need to change that. You need to change the way you talk. You need to change the way you walk. We don't want to change the way we walk because we're comfortable in the skin we're in. Stop being comfortable in the skin you are in, because you don't know the day, the time that God is coming back and you're comfortable in the way you are. You need to change that. Get into a church or get into the Bible and start reading more, start loving more, start doing whatever you got to do. And what I'm trying to say, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about what the world is doing. That's why the way things are going right now, you don't change, because you're worrying about what he's going to think about you if you change, or what she's going to think about you. All you need to worry about is what God is going to think about. What God is going to think about you. And that's the problem here. I'm so glad you crossed the path too. Thank you for being here, Next Thing. And don't worry about everybody. We are here to uplift each other. We are here to love one another. And what we do wrong, we don't love people no more. What happened to the love? What happened to the uplifting people? Where's all that went to? It went down the drain. We are here to do these things, and we're not doing it. We're not caring for one another, and we don't want to change. We love who we are as a person. We don't want to get right. We don't want to read the Bible. We don't want to read the word. We don't want to talk friendly to people. We want to be mean to everybody. God say, change your attitude. So if God says change your attitude every single day, what you need to do, you need to change your attitude. If God say change your wicked ways, what you need to do, you need to change your wicked ways. Don't keep going down that path of wrong, because if you keep going down the wrong path, you're going to end up with things happening to you wrong. God had told me over and over, Trisha, you need to change. So when I did that premiere yesterday about shaking the hand, let me tell you about that premiere about shaking the hand a little bit. A long time ago, maybe about 9 years ago. Okay, this lady, I don't know if you guys heard of witchcraft. It's something mean. It's something bad. So a long time ago, this lady called herself my friend. About 9 years ago. She always prayed against me. Always prayed against me. And what the problem is, she called herself praying for me. She was praying against me. So what happened? Yeah. So what happened is she put all that stuff on me, and I'm not going to say nothing else. She put all that stuff on me, and she messed me up. She messed me up, and I was messed up for almost 2 years, 9 years ago, from this person. That's why I said in my premiere, I do not shake hands. I do not give hugs, and it's not meaning to be funny. It's because what happened to me. God had already told me about this person, that she wasn't right for me. But what I did, I still had her as a friend. When God tells you something about somebody, you need to listen. When God tells you to change away from that person, you need to listen. And we don't do that. We don't do that. And that's what I'm trying to say. When God tells us something, listen. Don't say, well, she's not like that. But just because, you got to understand, the devil was once an angel, right? So he got kicked out of heaven, right? So if he was once an angel acting like my friend, guess what? Guess what? If he was once an angel and he was acting like my friend, guess what happened to him? He got kicked out of heaven. So he's down here mimicking me, trying to act like he's your friend, which he's not really your friend. And we got to understand, God is these people are not your friend. And I had to learn that the hard way. This person messed me up for a whole 2 years. I was messed up. 2 years. 9 years ago. I was messed up because I called this person my friend. That's why I'm so not too fond of calling people my friend all the time, because everybody's not my friend. And I already know that. I'm very, very cautious who I get close to me, because I know I've been burnt before by people. I know how it feels that way. So that's what I'm trying to say. If God tells you to change something about somebody, do it. Don't wait till late to do it. Do it now. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's why we're afraid of change, because we think that something is going to happen, that we're scared. But if I would have listened to God a long time ago, none of this stuff would have happened to me, because I would have listened to him. I didn't listen to God. That's why things happened to me. So when God is telling you something, people, listen. If God say change, listen. Don't be afraid to change who you are if God say it's good for you to change. And we don't want to do that because we don't want to listen. I thought this girl was my friend. I thought she was my friend. But she messed me all up 9 years ago. Yeah. And you know what? I'm better. I'm better. That's why I can't call everybody my friend. That's why I can't shake everybody's hand. That's why I can't hug everybody. That's why it's not good to let everybody pray for you. Everybody's not praying for you to win all the time. Most of the time, people are praying for you to lose. So you got to understand that. So that's what I'm trying to say. Uplift each other. Motivate each other. Don't worry about what the world is saying out there, because let the world take care of itself. Muffy, do you want to come up here on this platform and talk about why people are so afraid of change? If not, that's okay. Yes. So what I'm trying to say, guys, keep your head up high. Love one another. Keep going. Keep pressing. Don't stop. Thank you so much. Next page. Don't stop pressing. Don't stop believing in yourself, because you can do whatever you want to do. But we got to learn. We got to listen to God. We got to listen to God. We can't listen to her, because like I said, the devil was once an angel. So that's what she was acting like, the little angel out here. Oh, I got your back. Yes, she really had my back. I will come up under a picture. Okay, that's fine. And you want to, if you don't want to come up, it's okay. Just let me know. If you don't really want to come up, I'll talk by myself. I'm used to talking about myself if you don't want to come up. So yeah, that's why people don't want to change. They like the way they are. They are comfortable. I used to be the same way 5 years ago. I was comfortable in what I was. I didn't want to read the Bible. I didn't want to change. I didn't want to do nothing, because I just loved who I was already. I was comfortable being mean. I was comfortable being stubborn. I was comfortable being cussing people out. I was comfortable in those ways. God don't ever want to. I will if you want me to. That's up to you. That's up to you, sis. I was comfortable in those things, and I didn't care about what the Bible was saying. I didn't care about what God was saying. 5 years ago, a couple of years ago, I shut myself down with my husband. Yes, the Bible said that. Yeah, the spell it. Wait a minute. I was comfortable in the way I was, but when my husband died some years ago, I shut myself down. And the thing I said to God, I said, why do you take my husband away? Why? That's my best friend. God take people away for a reason. We got to understand each and every one of us are here for a reason. Nobody are not here for permanent. We all here temporary. So if we are all here temporary, we got to do what we can do right now. We got to love one another right now. We don't want to wait till tomorrow to love one another. We don't want to wait till next week to love one another. We got to do it now. That lady that did all those bad things to me, I forgive her, but I cannot forget what she done. And that's why I say I never told you guys about why I don't shake hands, why I don't give hugs. I'll hug you through the phone any day. But touching somebody, I've been done up before. And I'm trying to say to you, this is no joke when people do you up. So I'm just trying to say, I believed in God. I did everything. It's just that people do you wrong sometimes. And you got to be careful who does you wrong. You got to be careful who hurt your feelings and done all those things to you. That's why it's so hard for me not to shake nobody's hand and doing all that. I don't do all the hugs, don't shaking your hand. You can go somewhere with the shaking hand thing. I don't do that no more. And that's the reason why I said that in my premiere about shaking hands and about giving hugs. I can't do it no more. I try to put myself out there to give you a hug, but I really can't do it no more, because I know how it feels to be taken advantage of. I know how it feels to be people would pray against you. So what I'm trying to say is, when God changed you, be ready for it. I didn't know that I was going to motivate people. I didn't know that God wanted me to motivate people. I didn't know what God wanted me to encourage people. I didn't know what God wanted me to do, but I know he wanted me to do something for somebody. I know he wanted me to bless somebody, and I did just that. Let me read your messages, because I see Neffy saying a lot of stuff, and I'm just forgetting about my girl over here. Hold on. Let me read you guys' messages. and then we'll get back talking. And I don't do the whole shaking hands or hugs because you know that too. You right about that next page. We won't. Miller, I wrote you back. Okay. Hi, Sherry. It is very apparent your heart and your soul are good with God. I strive to be like you. Oh, yeah, just keep your heart right. No matter what you do, we're going to go through our ups and downs, but don't be afraid of change. When God says something needs to change about you, do it. Don't say, I don't want to change. Don't say, this is going to happen when I change. Change. We get so comfortable being who we are, being the wrong people, doing wrong stuff other than doing what God wants us to do. I was the same way. I was so comfortable being a bad person. I was so comfortable fussing each other out. I was so comfortable cussing people out. I was so comfortable being mean to people. I didn't want to hear what God had to say. But God had to show me one day, you need to change. And what I did, I listened to it in one ear and out the other. Hey, Mama Joan, I listened to one ear and out the other. Don't be afraid to change who you are. Don't be afraid to change your life. If I can do it, you can do it. And let me tell you something. I wasn't always this way. I wasn't always this way. If I had pictures of me back then, guys, you eyes probably would be big as a quarter. You eyes would be big as a quarter. I have not always been a Christian. No, I used to cuss probably more than anybody on here. But guess what? God changed me to be a better person, to love one another, to encourage one another, to motivate one another. Like I said in my premiere, I knew a long time ago that I wanted to motivate people. I already knew that. I already knew I wanted to encourage each other when I was 11 years old. I remember going to the nursing home, helping one another out. I remember all these great things about me. I still got that memory. Even though I'm a middle-aged lady now, I still remember all this stuff I used to do. And I always said, when I get older, I want to encourage somebody. I want to love on people. I want to do what God wants me to do. And you know what? I didn't do that because I was so scared. I was so scared. But you know what? I finally got up the courage to be a motivational speaker. I got up the courage to talk to people at the nursing home and do the work that God wanted me to do. If we sit up and be afraid to do the work that God wanted us to do, he's going to be afraid of you. God said, if you're afraid of me, I'm going to be afraid of you. Don't be afraid. No weapons formed against you shall prosper. So you go and do what you want to do. You do what God wants you to do. If it's pleasing to God, it's going to be okay. Let me tell you, anything that's pleasing to God is fine. Don't be afraid to jump out. Leap. Don't sit there and watch your life pass you by, because half of my years, that's exactly what I did. I sat there and I watched half of my life pass me by because I didn't want to change. I loved who I was, mean, evil, cussing people out. I thought that was a little cool Trisha, which it was not cool. It was nothing cool about that, because you were hurting people. You were hating on people. You were mean to people. So what's so cool about that? But I didn't want to do what God wanted me to do. But God had to show me something. If I didn't do it, something else was going to happen to me, which it did happen to me about that little lady. Sometimes we got to change, and we got to change when God wants us to change, not when you want to. When God say change your wicked ways, girl, you better do it. Boy, you better do it. Don't wait till tomorrow to change who you are, because tomorrow is simply not promised. So many people wait on tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to change tomorrow. I'm going to be good tomorrow. Why would you wait till tomorrow? Are you sure you're going to be here tomorrow, though? Did God tell you that you're going to be here tomorrow? Did God promise any of you guys that you're going to be here tomorrow? I know one thing that God promised you guys. I know one thing that God promised each and every one of you guys in this platform. He promised each and every one of you guys that you guys is going to die one day. He didn't tell you the day, the time, the hour, the moment that you're going to die, but that's one thing that he did promise us. So if he promised that we're going to die one day, why not change your life right now? Why not motivate yourself right now? Why not motivate each other? You don't always have to wait on somebody to motivate you. Motivate yourself. You don't always have to wait for somebody to change you. You got to change yourself. When you leave this world, sister, girl, brother, man, guess who's leaving? Guess who you leaving with? Am I leaving with you guys? Absolutely not. I'm leaving by myself. So if I'm leaving by myself, I got to get me right. I can't worry about if Muffy getting herself right, Sherry getting herself right, Mama getting herself right, Next getting herself right, Janet getting herself right. It's the one I can't worry about if you guys getting yourself right. As long as I'm on here telling you what God want me to tell you, that's on you to take control over and do something for it. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I can't worry about what everybody else is doing. Okay, you too, Balling. We can't worry about everybody else is doing. And what we do wrong, we worry about what everybody else is doing. Well, they're living that way. That's not you, though. That's not you. That's how I was. I was worried about how everybody else was living. I said, well, she doing that. I'm doing it too. Or was she cussing like a chimney? I'm a cuss too. No, you be better. You be better. You don't have to be like the next person. So if God say there's room for change for you, Trisha, do it. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Read the Bible a little bit more, people. Encourage one another a little bit more. And read that chapter, 1 Peter chapter 5 and 7. Until you cast all your cares, anxiety, anything that you're going through, give it to God. God already say that he loves you. God already here for you. God is going to hold your hand and lead you the rest of the way. If you're scared, hold your hand out to God and let him lead you the rest of the way, because he know that everybody in here needs to change something about them. Either it's your wicked ways, either it's the way you're thinking, the way you're talking, the way you're walking. Everybody is not walking that Christian walk. Let me say that one more time. Everybody is not walking that Christian walk. And I'm going to teach you how to walk the Christian walk. We got to learn to live for God, not for people. Hey, Tabby, make sure you guys thumbs up the live stream because it's absolutely free. We got to learn to live for God and stop living for people. Stop living for YouTubers, which we all do. Stop living for people out in the world. We got to live for God. If God is helping you through this, he's going to continue on helping you through this. Like I said, that's the reason why I am in the position I am today, because I turned my life over to God. I was going down the wrong road, and I didn't want to change. I was scared to change because I didn't know what's going to happen to me if I went God's way. I didn't want to go God's ways. I wanted to go the enemy way. I didn't want to live for God. I wanted to live the other way. And we don't want to go down that path of destruction, right? We don't want to go down that path of destruction. We want to go down that path where it's bright, it's colorful. We don't want to go down the path where it's dark at. I was in a dark place before. I was in a dark path because I didn't want to change. I didn't want to see what tomorrow brings. I didn't want to know none of that. I just want to be mean. I just want to be acting up with everybody. I want to cuss everybody out. That's the way I was. And you know what? You have to be a big person to come up here in front of people and tell them just how you were. I was not always this way. And God, you two have a good day. Next page, come back again. I heard it out. Trisha, motivation and more. Get glad out path, love cross. Looking forward to more. Thank you so much. Next path, come back again. So yeah, God wants us to continue on growing. Oh, you have an amazing day. Next page, and come back and see me. And God wants us to continue on encouraging people. Okay, come on up here, Muffy. You come on here and tell me, what do you think about why don't people want to change? I'm about to put the thing up here in the thing. I'm tired of talking. And I'm going to put it up here for you too, Sherry. You come on up here too. Stop being afraid to come up here. Stop wanting to hear Trisha talk all the time. I want to know why you guys think that people don't want to change for God. There is the link. Come on up and join me up here and tell me, why is it so hard for people to change for God? Why is it so hard? I told you the reason why I think it's so hard. I think it's hard because people get comfortable in the skin they're in. Like me, I was comfortable being mean. I was comfortable being hateful because I was all those things. I wasn't a nice person. Back then, you wouldn't have loved me. You wouldn't even like me back then. Because I had this big, I don't care attitude about people. I didn't care what you talk about. I didn't care how you feel. I just had this bad attitude. And God don't ever want us to have a bad attitude. And I didn't think I would ever get myself together. I just didn't think I was going to ever be right. I thought I was always going to be a mean person. And I was comfortable. I felt comfortable. I didn't care what you guys think. I didn't care what nobody think. My mother used to tell me all the time, you need to change your attitude. Your attitude is bad. And it was bad. As I look back and where I came from, I had a very, very bad attitude. I was very, very angry. And I didn't know the reason why I was so angry, but I knew that I had to change all these things. I knew that God wanted me to be a better person, but I didn't want to be a better person. I was happy just the way I was. I was happy cussing everybody out. I was happy being called mean. I didn't care because that was the word in school, little meanie. And I loved that. I thought that was a cool word, mean. Being now that I got older and wiser, that is not a cool word. It's not a cool word being called mean. Nobody wants to be called mean. Nobody wants to be called you cuss everybody out. Oh, you selfish. Oh, you stubborn. And I was all these things. And it takes a real strong person to understand where they came from and tell other people how you became and how you moved away from that. And like I said, if it wasn't for God, I don't know where I would be at. I don't think I would even be changed. I'd probably be out there in the world doing whatever. And if it wasn't for my mother raising me to be a young lady, raising to me to be a Christian woman, to learn to love the Lord. Even though things go wrong in my life, things go wrong in my life now, but I still change for God. I didn't change for other people. I changed for God because God said, you're going the wrong way, Trisha. You're not going to be here long if you're still going that way. You're going to get in trouble that way. And I changed because I didn't want to be that way. I didn't want to be mean. I didn't want to be unkind to people. And that's what some people, we get so stuck in that situation. We don't want to do good. We don't want to, we just want to stay right where we at, and that's it. And that's the bad part about it. And you know what? It's just so much stuff going on. We got to learn that when God shows up in our life and he say, Trisha, change your attitude. Change it. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. I know everybody in here is got to change something about them. Either it's their attitude, either it's the way they're thinking. It's something about them. Nobody never want to come on the panel when I come up here. I'm gonna stop coming on live for y'all. Y'all are so scared to come on the panel. You don't have to show your face on the panel. We had already set this up that we was gonna have people on the panel. I ain't coming on here no more. I'm trying to tell you, you guys are wow. Let me tell you something. That's why I said I don't come on the panel unless somebody up here with me. You guys are so scared to come up here. Why? Don't show your face. Don't be afraid to change. I changed for the best because if I didn't, I don't think I would be here. I don't think I would be here today. I really don't think I would be here. I'd be gone somewhere. So we got to learn that hold on. Yeah, but yeah, we got to learn that when God changes you for the better, don't worry about where everybody else is going. Like I said, this word right here, this world where I'm at right now, it's hard. It's hard to be a Christian sometimes. And the reason why, because you got to worry, you got to understand that people are going to say stuff that you don't like. There you go, Muffy. You don't have to show your face, baby. Just talk. You don't have to show your face. I show mine all the time. Y'all ain't got to show your face. Good
Can you hear
morning.
me?
Good afternoon, Muffy. How are you, baby?
Hey, big sis. Can you hear me?
Why do you think it's so afraid of for people to change when it becomes when it's pertaining God?
I think because
Can
people
you
have
hear me? Let me see.
become,
What's this thing? Okay.
I think it's because people have become so accustomed to the ways of the world. It's easier to follow negativity than it is to stand alone, to do the right thing.
Right. That's true. And did you think do you think it was hard for you to change who you are? When God said that Muffy, you need to change something about you. Do you think it was really hard for you to change? Because it was really, really hard for me to get my life together.
I would say it was really hard and that God had to take drastic measures to get my attention.
There you go.
And once he got my attention, he had my undivided attention ever since. Now, I've fallen short,
Amen.
but I try to get it right. I always put my best intentions and my best foot forward dealing with anything, even when it comes to connecting with and communicating with people.
Amen. Like me, it's hard. It was hard for me to get myself together because, like I said, a couple of years ago, before I got saved, a Muffy, when it was just, I didn't want to. I didn't want to do the right thing. I didn't want to read the Bible. It took a whole leg for me to read the Bible because I wasn't into the Bible. I would see the words in there. I say, I can't read this Bible. I just was a very, very, I don't know, mean person. And and I look back where my life was and where I'm at today. I thank God. And like I said, you're going to get tested every day. You're going to get tested, even though you change for the better. You're going to have the enemy test you. He's going to test you. He's going to throw things at you to see if you're going to grab a hold to him. We don't have to grab a hold to everything that comes our way, because he's going to give you something so you can grab. And that's the enemy. That's the enemy testing you to see what type of Christian you are. And like I said, I've been through ups and downs, like I said, about the handshaking and all this other stuff about people doing me in, cutting hair, doing it all. Okay. So
I've been through it all.
You read between the lines. I've been through it all. And it took a whole bunch of my family to get me back straight again. That was like 8 years ago. I was just all messed up. And but I still trusted in God to relieve me from that. But God had already told me to leave her alone. But what I did,
the biggest thing you learned
what's
in
that?
that situation, because you never lose, you learn. So
After,
the biggest thing you learned in that situation is
what,
to lean on your own discernment, to trust what you feel first. Sometimes we give people a chance because they're people and we feel like we're supposed to. But sometimes our discernment tell us to, feed that person with the long handled spoon, but our hearts draw us to them.
right.
Givers have to have limits because takers don't.
Yeah, and I still help. I go ahead, Muffy.
Oh no, I was done. I was saying, that, as a giver, because you're a giver, you have a big heart. You have to have limits because takers don't have limits. They'll take the last from you. Know it's your last, but they know that you're the type of person that'll give it. So you'll become, the person that they go to. And it's not so much a friendship, it's a benefit.
Right. Hold on. Let me put her up here. Hold on. Let me close this door up. Hey Sherry, how are you doing today? You finally came up here now, huh? Y'all, we were
Yeah.
talking. What in the world? Go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk about this subject right here. Let me close this door. This man, these people are cutting down trees out here, making all this noise.
Hey, Muffy.
Hey, Sherry.
How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. Go
That's
ahead
good to
and
hear.
finish.
Oh, I forgot where I was.
Y'all be wanting me up here. Y'all want me to talk all the time. Y'all can talk.
No, I was just
One thing about me, I am a talker. I will talk you guys' ear off.
I would
When I
say
talk,
bottom line, we
but when
have
I
to.
talk, I make sense. Mostly people talk don't make no sense. You be like, what did she say? What is going on? So what I'm trying to say, guys, today, don't be afraid to change. If God is telling you something, guess what you guys should do? You should listen. So Sherry, why do you think people are so afraid of change when it comes to God?
Because they stuck in their own skin. It takes them it takes them a while to change because I know for me, it took me a while to change. Back when I was coming up and the way things was going in my life, it took me a while to change. People had to talk to me, and then it was like I didn't want to listen. But then as I got more older, I started realizing this is this ain't the way God wants me to be. I started changing, and when I went to church, I thank God I had changed because I didn't want to be like that the rest of my life. I really didn't, and I thank God that I changed
But like Muffy
each and
said,
every day.
sometimes it takes God to take something away for you to change.
Yep.
Sometimes it take God to take something away from you or afflict illness on you to change. There's a lot of people sick today
Hmm.
because they didn't want to listen to God when they were healthy, when they had all their limbs, when they had all this stuff. They had all this stuff. They didn't want to listen to God, but God had sometimes had to flick stuff on you for you to listen. That's why things are happening the way it is. You know what I'm talking about, because we're not listening. We don't want to change. We want to
Hmm.
be of the world. We should not be of the world. We shouldn't be it. We should let the world be itself. We need to change because God wants us to change. If God sees something great in you and he wants you to change who you are as an individual, do it. But what God don't want you to do, he don't want you to change for people. And that's what we always do. We change for individuals, which is wrong. Don't change for no man. Don't change for your sister. Don't change for your brother. Don't change for no husband. Don't change for your wife. Change for God. And God will change you to be
Amen.
the person that you can be for those other people that you need to change for. But first of all, first most, we have to change for our Father God. And once we change for our Father God, then things start going smoother. I noticed once I start changing, Muffy and everybody in the chat and Sherry, things start getting better for me. Like I said, I was very ungrateful. You wouldn't think so today. I was
I've been
very
there.
you wouldn't think mean. You wouldn't think that either. But God changed me. I should cuss more than anybody I know. But God
I'm
changed
work.
those things in me.
I'm
And you
working
know
on it.
what? And sometimes God change you. You would never know that person was that way because God changed you to be a better person. And you know, I wouldn't be able to motivate you
Amen.
guys if go ahead. Go ahead. Somebody say something. Did somebody
Sherry
say
was saying something.
oh. Yeah, so God changed you to be a better person. And you know what? I'm a better person, I'm a loving person, I'm a caring person, and I would give you guys the shirt off my back. And you know, long time ago I wouldn't give nobody nothing. I'd be like, that's mine. I could be on nothing. I'm not like that no more. God had blessed me to be the best person that I can be, and I'm not going to go back there no more, being evil and being mean. Because the reason why God did these things to me, that happened to me back in the day with this little friend that I thought was my friend, because I wasn't listening to him. I kept on saying, I ain't reading no Bible, and this is when I had my little friend in my life. Oh, girl, come on, girl, yeah, that's my best friend. She wasn't my best friend. That's why I say I don't call everybody my best friend. I don't call everybody my friend. People will do you in. I already know that now. I have proof that they did you in. So nobody just not telling me this. I have proof that people will do you in. Friends, family, and them all. So we got to be better in what we do, and we got to start counting on God and do what God wants us to do. Don't worry about what the world is doing out there, guys. If you think that you need to change your attitude, the way you think, the way you talk, the way you walk, do it. But do it because God wants you to do it and because you want to do it. Don't do it because a YouTuber say, well, I don't like the way Muffy walk. I don't like the way Sherry walk. I don't like the way Sherry talk. I don't like her way of thinking. Do it because God says do it. And that's what I did. I did it because other people. Oh, I ain't changing. Don't change because you are right. It's good to be mean. So I stayed
No,
that way. I was comfort.
we have to be the change that we want to see.
Absolutely. There you go.
That's what we have. That's where we start in the mirror, and we work on becoming that change that we want to see. That's how we change the dynamics of what's going on by changing self first, taking accountability, self reflection. We our biggest critic. We're our own biggest critic. But
Right.
we, sometimes people don't take time out to critique themselves to see where they fall short or where they could work, in their life.
Wow, that's true. So we got to learn to be better people, better individuals. And you know what? I don't want to go back where I used to come. Welcome everybody to the live stream. I don't want to come back and be the person that I used to be because it's not, nobody would not like me because it's not cute. Having a bad attitude is stinky. That's ugly. Having a bad attitude, doing this, doing that, I'm good the way I am. I love it. Like I said, I have my trials and tribulations. Don't think just because I'm saved, I don't have my trials and tribulations. Man, I've been going through. Being that all this stuff is going on, I've been going through. Some days I have to sit back sometime and just cry about it. For me not
Don't
to go and
don't
sin.
cry. No, you don't cry about it.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't cry
I
about
got
it.
to cry about it sometimes.
No,
You know what?
you meditate and spend that time with God and talk about it.
Exactly. But sometimes you have to
Because he
let it
don't
out.
want us to worry. Yeah,
We have to
yeah.
let it
But
out. We don't want to leave nothing inside, and that's what God say. Let it out. And like I said, I do it. It ain't like woo. I'm just like it's like tears come down. It's like you know what? I'm going
yeah,
through
we
so
all
much.
do that.
Yeah, and I say I'm going through so much. I got to get better. And you know what? And that's why we got.
Only thing you can do is not become bitter looking for better.
Oh no,
That's the
I'm gonna
biggest
throw it.
thing. But that's not you. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's true. But God want me to keep on going. And that's what I've been doing. I keep on going. Even though I cry, I'm not going to sit up and say, well, I'm the strongest person in the world. I am a strong woman, but I do.
I'm a crybaby.
Huh?
I'm a crybaby.
We all
Every
got
family have one. I'm just so gentle, so soft spirited
me
that I'm a crybaby.
too. I'm too. But back in the
Me
day, I would beat you up in a minute. Right now, I ain't doing all that. Before I even fuss at somebody, I'll be like, I'm going to pray for you. I mean, you can look
I
back at
walk away.
my brothers and sisters. They taught me how to fight and do all that stuff. I don't want to do all that no more. I don't live that way. I don't live in that body anymore. You know, God have changed me. And that's what I'm trying to say. If God changes you to be a better person, be that person. Stop being followers, because that's what a bunch of people are. They're followers. They don't want to lead the crowd. We got to learn to lead the crowd, not follow behind nobody. And one thing about your sister girl over here, I ain't following behind nobody. Rather you on my team or you're not on my team. And that's how I feel. You can't people get to wait a minute. You can't people get to you because you can't people get to you because if you do, they sit back and laugh at you and say that, yeah, that's right, Frank. That's right. And they say you weak. But like I say, that's why it's good to sit down sometime and think about your situation, talk about it with God, meditate. Like I said, I'm on this fasting thing. I've been about to start it with Mama. Mama's starting to fast. I think she'll fast until 12 o'clock noon or whatever. I used to be on a fasting, but I stopped because I had got so busy. And we don't want to never get too busy to fast, because that's something good to do. Get your mind together, get your soul, and get you have a good relationship with God. A real good relationship when you fast. And that's what I need to
I've
start
never
doing.
fasted because I never understood the concept. No one has ever explained the concept of fasting, so I've never fasted.
It gives you, I think the concept I get of fasting, it gives you a better relationship with God, a more spiritual relationship with God. You know, because everybody can have a relationship, but you want that one-on-one time. You're doing what He wants you to do. You know, you're doing this
Yeah,
because
so
of
it's
God.
a spiritual awakening.
There you go. You want to get a
Okay.
real good relationship with Him. I used to fast all the time, but I stopped doing it. I just stopped. There's no reason why I stopped. I just stopped because I just stopped. But I said I'm going to get back on this spiritual journey again, fasting again, and just talking more to Him. And I talk a lot to God anyway. You know, that ain't nothing new. But I want to get more and more involved in Him. Sherry, what you think about that, sister girl? While you sitting on this panel quiet?
Um, I used to fast when I used to go to this church in Waco, and we used to they used to fast, and I did it, but I'm thinking about getting back on that too. I'm thinking about doing that so I can get more closer with God.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
We all want to do that. That's better because getting a relationship with God means the world. And like I said, I've been through some stuff, but I'm still living. I'm still encouraging myself to keep going. Hey, Yemi, how are you? Welcome in, baby. How you doing? If any of you guys want to get down, y'all can get down. I'll talk about myself if y'all want me to. I'll talk about myself. I'm so used to talking about myself. Who making all that noise in the background? I'm so used to talking about myself. It ain't no problem. When you learn to talk by yourself, you good at this. That's when you good. Mostly people need people to talk with. I've been doing this
Yeah, because
thing.
this help been pulling me out of a shell because I'm really shy.
Yeah, I used to be that way too, Muffy, but I'm not anymore. Um, I can do this thing with people or without people. I can do it with a crowd or without a crowd. So, like I said, I'm just used to it. So if somebody up here with me, that's fine. If nobody ain't up here, I'm fine too, because I'm not camera shy. I used to be. I can get in front of a camera. I can get in front of 1,000 people and talk because that's what I do, and that's what I do good at. So I know I
I
can do
stopped
this thing.
singing because I'm afraid of big crowds.
Oh, boo boo, it's okay.
And that
It's
made me
okay,
just
my
stop.
sweet.
It made me stop singing. It's like the older I got, the more fear I took on.
Muffy, be quiet. Let me tell you something. I love my Muffy, but we ain't gonna get on that subject right now. She already know how I feel about that girl over there. Anyway, but yeah, guys, so don't be afraid to change your wicked ways. If you're mean to people, stop it. If you're two-faced to people, stop that too. If you wishy-washy, stop that too. If you're bipolar, stop that too. You ain't gonna get nowhere being bipolar. One day you're liking me, the next minute you don't. That's how YouTube folks go, though. One day they like Trisha, the next minute they can't stand me. It's okay though. I'm used to it. I'm used to these things that people do to me. So that's what I'm trying to say, guys. Get around God. Start reading the Bible more. Open up First Peter chapter 5 and 7 to tell you about God will cast away all your worries, and let you know that He's there for you. When you're anxious about something, when you're scared about something, God is still going to be there for you, and He is. He's going to be there. One thing about God that I know for sure, He will never leave you. When your fears leave you, God is still there. When your enemies call yourself knocking you down, God is still there. When all those jealous people try to envy you, God is still there. As long as you count on God through trials and tribulations, and when you don't have trials and tribulations, God is going to stand there. God is going to help you out through whatever you're going through. And that's what's wrong with us people. We are scared to change because we think that if we change, it's going to be worse than where we is now. If God say you in a worse position right now and you need to change your ways, you need to listen. I didn't listen to God back there. That's why that lady cut my hair and did all those crazy things to me. I'm just keeping it real over here. You can't call everybody your sister. You can't call everybody your friend. You can't call these people that. And me and this girl was friends for like 3 years, but she wasn't thinking about being my friend. She was doing me in at the same time. Oh, I'm gonna pray for you. Don't pray for me. Mm-mm. I'll pray for myself. No, ma'am, on that one. Okay. Now I know. I didn't know that back then. I thought this girl was mine because, like I said, sometimes we forget that the devil was an angel, right? So if the devil was an angel, the enemy's right down here living right next door to you sometimes. You may be living with the enemy and you just don't know that. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to, what's all that? Who eating chips or something in the background? Let me know. And
Not me.
give me a chip through the
I'm
phone.
not eating anything.
Give me a chip if you're eating one through the phone. Bye, Felicia. I
Give
don't
me some
care
chips
what
too. I'm
people say
hungry.
about me. I care about what God said. Oh, you go, Frank, with your bad stuff. Bye, Felicia. Frank to you. Oh, this mess. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, I have been done in. Like I said, we got to understand watch who surrounds us because everybody smiling in your face is not for you. I had to learn that so many times that I thought everybody that smiled in my face was my friend. Not so. 2019 that was anyway. I have lost a lot of people. I've gained a lot of people. But like God said, he's going to send you only positive people. And he's going to weed away all the negative people. And see, I didn't know what I knew today. I didn't know these things, but now I know a lot than I knew yesterday. And you know, as I go this Christian walk, I'm learning more and more. I'm reading the Bible more and more. I'm just getting into this good relationship with God that we need to do. Everybody needs to do. Getting this good relationship with God that we just want to be there. We want to be closer to God. Being that we're living in our end times now. We're not living in the beginning anymore. We're all at the end now. So you know we're going to go through. Thank you, Narrator, for coming back. You know we're going to go through so much stuff, right? So if we're going through so much stuff right now, it ain't going to do nothing but get worse. So why not change your life? Why not change your life and give it to God? All we got to do is repent. All we got to do is believe that Jesus died for us. We got to believe these things. If we can't believe and we can't repent, we ain't going to do nothing but stay here. If we can't change the way God wants us to walk, we ain't going to do nothing but stay here. I had to change who I was as a person, even though I was stuck there. I said, I ain't changing for God. I ain't changing for nobody. My head used to be gone. I said, girl, you better change your wicked ways, crazy girl, because if you don't, you ain't going to win. But I still ignored him. So that's when a little crazy girl, Sabrina is her name, done me in. She done me. You got to listen to God when he talks to you. I don't care who looks nice to you. You forgot the devil know how to smile just like me and you. He knew how to put on a friendly smile too. So if God say, hey, that person is not right for you, go away. Leave them. Just like when I had my live streams back here in the day 2019, I had a lot of people that wasn't supposed to be in there. It's a lot of people stuck with me and a lot of people left. But I still held on me. Hey, country, how are you? I still held on to those people. I still held on to those people, even though they wasn't supposed to be for me. I still held on to them. And you guys know who they are. Muffy exactly know who they are. And so does Sherry. You knew the people was there, wasn't supposed to be in my life, but they were there. I was with these, but they wasn't supposed to be in my life. These people talked about me like a dog, but I still cared them as my friend. But God finally showed me who those people were. And I finally woke up and said, hey, you know what? This ain't right. This ain't right. That's why this is happening. And God don't make no mistakes when he take people away from you. When God takes people away from you, guess what you need to do? You got to let them go. You can't say, well, well, why let them go? You gotta let them go. If God's gonna take Muffy away from me, it's the reason why God take Muffy away from me. Evidently, she wasn't right for me. God didn't think that girl was in my corner. She probably was in my circle, but she wasn't in my corner. Muffy been with me for a very, very long time. Let me tell you something. Sherry been here for a very, very long time. She had never turned her back on me. She'd be here. That's what you call somebody a friend. Even when people left, did this, did that, she was still there. And you know what? You don't find people like that every day. You don't find people when it comes to the YouTube streets that will stick with you. They leave. They leave, especially when you done ran their playlist, when you done this and you done that. You stayed up sleepless night to run their playlist. They leave you degraded. They do. They do. I done had people come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go. I didn't know who was going to stay. I didn't know. I said, well, man, I don't know. God said, keep going. God said, I don't care if you get one person in, you keep going. You keep on telling those people about God. You keep on preaching them the word. You keep on motivating somebody. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. And I had to learn that. And once I learned that, I became a better person. And that's what we all got to do. What do you think about that, Sherry? Take it away, Sherry.
That's true, because when I first came on, everybody started coming to me. Who I told you who they was, and now, they off doing their own things. The people that was putting me down, God don't like ugly, and He sure ain't crazy about pretty, but what goes around is gonna come back around on you. You don't do people wrong. You really don't.
No. And we have to learn that as we live. But you know what? God will reveal the true people to you.
Mm-hmm.
But when He do, let them go. Like many a days, Sherry, I talked to you about people that needed to just leave out your life and out my life. But we wanted to hold on to those people, being that we knew those people wasn't right for us. God already wanted you to change from those type of people. Hey, country.
Yeah.
God already wanted you to change from those type of people, but you still want to hold on to them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted to hold on to them because you thought maybe if you stop talking to them, maybe maybe you'll lose out. No, if God take people away from you, which He have done to me many a time, I'm still winning. I'm
Yep.
still winning, and I got to understand as long as God got me winning, I'm gonna be okay. And we got to call
Mm-hmm.
ourselves winners because we are. God, we may lose for a little while, but guess what? God gonna pick you right back up. You know what I mean, Jareda? God gonna pick us right back up. God not intentionally for us to lose forever. We all lose sometimes. That's okay. We're not perfect. So we're gonna lose sometimes. Sometimes we are afraid to change. That's okay too. But God wants you to change. When there's room to change, change. If you know there's something that you need to change about yourself, that you're going down the wrong road, do it. Don't say I ain't changing. Do it because you know you need to change that. You know that's not right. You know that's not right the way you're doing that. So if you got room to change, then change who you are. Don't worry about what everybody is talking about. Worry about you. And that's what we got to learn. If you think you need to change something about you to get closer to God, then do it. If you think somebody is hindering you from getting closer to God, you need to leave those people alone. Toxic people alone, and get around somebody that's going to uplift you, motivate you, and encourage you. Everybody is not an encourager. They're not. There's not a lot of people that's going to motivate you. There's not a lot of people that's going to uplift you. Sound like you sleep, Sherry.
Nuh-uh.
Somebody, that's Muffy. Oh, you sound like
No, I'm right here. I had muted the microphone because my
girl
dog
bye.
started barking.
Girl bye, Felicia. Okay,
No,
enough.
I did.
That
No, my dog was barking. Y'all would have heard that.
So yeah, so if something is changing in your life for the better, it's for the better. If you need to change something in your life for the better, then do it. We all go through stuff. I never wanted to be a Christian. I never wanted to be a Christian. I'm just gonna keep it real. I never wanted to be a Christian because I loved the walk I was walking. Miss attitude, miss all that nose up in the air. I liked it all that. I liked it all that about me. Nose all up in me. I was like, mm-hmm. I'm just keeping it real. I was like, mm-hmm. Yeah, thought I was all that. God had to spank my butt. Sit down somewhere, girl. And what I sat down. I sat down and I listened because I ain't all that. But I'm all that to God. I'm all that to God. I'm all that way for God now. I'm not all that way for other people. I'm not a negative person. I used to be very, very negative. Everything, I doubt it. I doubt it. That was me. I doubt it. Not, you know what? I'm not that way anymore. And I thank God for that. There's not a lot of people going to do that. They're not going to change for God, but they'll change for a boyfriend, though. They'll change for Bye Felicia, though. But when it comes to God changing, not too many people going to change for God. They be like, I ain't changing. Oh, I ain't changing that. I like this too much. You better change. When there's change needs to be needed, you better change. Let me read some message. You know that they say misery does love company. You better say it again, country. Yeah.
Amen to that.
Underrated said, yes, take necessary steps to have a close relationship with God and stay positive with the few that respect you as a human being. Absolutely underrated. And one thing about mostly people, we don't respect one another. That's a good thing. We don't respect one another. Anybody come in my live stream, I'm going to respect you. Whether it's your first day here, whether it's your 50th day here, I'm going to respect you. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to learn what respect is. He wants us to love the people that we got. Because when we love the people, few people that we got, that's when he enlarges with more people. Mostly people don't like the people that they got in their live stream. They always want more. God ain't going to give you more if you can't respect the people you got already in there. How in the world God going to give you more? You got wicked ways, number one. You got a bad attitude, number two. Hey, Oreo, you got a bad attitude, number two. So how is God going to give you more when you can't respect what you got already? You can't even change for him, but you want $1 million, right? You want that brand new car, right? But you can't even respect God. How is that going to happen? You got to learn to respect him. You got to learn to change. If he say you need to change your wicked way, you need to learn how to do it. And that's what I'm trying to say. Change who you are. It doesn't cost $1 to change. If you think God is talking to you, then listen to him. Listen to what God is saying. If he say you're going down the wrong road, well, maybe you are. Maybe you're heading for destruction, then maybe you are. Maybe you're going to go in the wrong direction, well, maybe you are. Don't say, well, God, you wrong. God is never wrong. We're wrong all the time, but God is never wrong. So if God say, hey, Trisha, I think you need to change who you are. I think you need to change the way you're living. I think that you need to change the way you think. Sometimes we think wrong and we're Christians. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you don't think wrong about people, because I do it all the time. And I was like, oh, I didn't mean to say that. Sometimes I look at somebody, I'm like, oh, good. But you know what? Sometimes I go back and I have to get and pray about it. Because that doesn't make you, just because you're a Christian doesn't mean you're a perfect Christian. There's no perfect Christians. Everybody make mistakes. Everybody do bad. I still do bad stuff. I still say bad stuff about people. But I'm a Christian. I'm still learning. But what God don't want us to do, when we say something bad about somebody, don't keep going back and say it over and over about the same person again. Or don't say it again no more. If you ask for forgiveness, leave it alone. And that's what we don't do. I just said that. Oh, you just said that? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, we're not perfect, Oreo. We're not perfect at all. Nobody's not perfect. Only person is
No
perfect.
one is perfect.
When we move up there with God, when we move to the new apartment, up here, the new apartment, the new castle, then we will be perfect. Right now, there's no perfection on earth. We're striving to get there, right? So if we're striving to get there, we have to be the best that we can be. God had to change me because, like I said, I was a Christian 5 years ago, but when my husband died, I wanted to go act crazy again. I wanted to go act mean again with people because God had took my best friend away from me. I said, he's going to take my best friend away. I said, I don't believe in God. That's the first thing I said. But because he took Mike away from me. He took my husband away from me. I said, why would he take my husband away from me? I said, that's all I had. And God had to remind me every single day, you ain't here forever. He ain't here forever. Ain't nobody here forever. So if you know you're not here forever, you need to stop it. We are here temporary. Nobody is not here in this lifetime forever. One day God is going to need you back. you back, you back, all of y'all back. So that's what I'm trying to say. If there's room for change, do it now before God comes back. We don't want to wait till God come back to change who we are as individuals. We want to do it right now. Because if we wait till God come back, guess what? It'll be what, guys? It'll be what if God come back? Hello.
Hello.
If we wait till God come back, what will happen then?
We won't be ready.
Right, it'll be too
A
late.
lot of us won't be ready.
Yeah, it'll be too late. We don't want to wait till God come back. We want to do it now. So if God say, Sherry, change your wicked ways, what you gonna do, Sherry?
I'm a change ahead of time. Believe me on that.
Amen. You better say it. Country ghetto said most people think change is going to make them weak. I'm here to tell you, I'm stronger than ever because I change. There you go, country, because you change. Just like me,
Mm,
I thought change would make me weak because I was so used to being mean to everybody. I used to be called and say, I'm tough. I ain't tough. I'm just little Trisha. But I thought by changing that it's going to make me feel like I'm lesser than the person that I was. But I feel better now that I changed. I feel more peace at peace. When you're doing something wrong and you know you're doing something wrong, you got all this stuff in front of you. You just don't feel good about who you are. Being that I changed now, I'm so much at peace. I can sit down on my couch and know that God is working it out for me. Know that God is going to make a way out of no way for me because I changed because He wanted me to. Not just because they wanted me to, because of God. And God don't want us to change for the wrong reasons. Because sometimes we change for friends, we change for family, we change for husbands and wives, which we should never do. We should change for God. Let me see what said. Trisha, last year I was down really, but you and others in the chat that picked me up, and I want to thank you for so much. You mean so much. God is good all the time. Oh, thank you so much, underrated. Oh, Jerry, isn't that cute? Oh, y'all just looking at me in the background. Muffy and Sherry ain't saying nothing.
I was letting you talk. I
but
wasn't gonna interrupt.
But like I said, yeah, guys, but so don't be afraid to change. Keep doing who you keep being amazing. And let me tell you something. God already know that you guys are amazing. God know that we're going to make mistakes every single day, but don't be afraid to turn your life around. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because let me tell you something. We all make them. I'm a Christian. I make look at mama. We make mistakes. I make mistakes every single day. Every single day. Oh my goodness. Boy, oh boy. I ain't gonna even say what I have to say. Yeah, I make mistakes every day. That's all y'all need to know. I make mistakes every single day. And I get on my knees. I say, oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Some things I say to people I shouldn't even say. That doesn't make me less of a Christian though. Because God said He put us on earth and He knows that we're going to make mistakes. He know that nobody's perfect down here. Now, if we were perfect, nobody make mistakes, nobody do nothing. We just all perfect. Being that we're not perfect yet, we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna fall short. We're gonna cry. We're gonna do everything. If we was perfect, we wouldn't do nothing. We wouldn't have to cry. So that's why everything is going on in the world. The world is changing. Just because the world is changing doesn't mean you have to change with the world. You got to change for God. And that's what we got to learn to do every single day. I am blessing Oreo. How are you? Oh, wait a minute. No, confess, repeat it, and keep moving forward. Amen. You better say it, Mama. Sure. Let me see who else.
amen.
They talking more than Muffy and Sherry up here.
Oh my
We all
goodness. I'm going back to the chat.
get back down here, Muffy. Get away. Get sissy. Get to getting it. But yeah, so we all make mistakes, and that's what we do. We make mistakes, and we have to change. So, Sherry, what do you think you need to change about yourself?
um, I just want to, you know, be more closer to God, and just, that's the reason why I'm gonna start fasting. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I can have a better relationship with Him, because I just need to, because nobody is perfect. No one is perfect. The only perfect one is God Himself. That's the only perfect one.
She's quit talking. Y'all don't like being up on the chat. It's changed. But like I said,
But
I changed because I knew I was going in the wrong direction. And the reason why I think I need to start fasting now is because I want to get a better relationship with God. And I know I've been through a lot of ups and downs and a lot of situations that caused me pain, like I said on my premiere, that caused me pain
yeah,
to make me be the person that I am today. Because if it because if I wasn't the person I am today, I wouldn't be sitting up here talking to you guys because I wouldn't know what to say. Mostly people don't know what to say because they need to hear the word from God. And like I said, God
yeah,
has taught me a lot. And like I said, He taught me to have courage. He taught me to be more open minded than I was because like I said, I was a very very shy person too. And like I said, I was stuck in being hateful to people. I was stuck in being mean to people. I didn't want to listen to what nobody say. I didn't want to care what nobody say. I would have my nose stuck up looking at you. And God didn't want me to be that type of person. And now that I'm the way I am today, I thank God. And if it wasn't for
yeah,
God, I wouldn't be this type of person. Your fasting and praying will give you closer relation. Yeah, fasting and praying will give you a closer relation with God. And like I said, Mama got this thing going on. She's fasting. I think you get off at 12 o'clock or something like that. Let me see what country say.
okay,
Change doesn't stop. We constantly have to do it on the day. Absolutely, we got to do it on a daily. You better stay at country ghetto. Um,
that's true.
the reason I don't talk a lot because sometimes I will say the wrong stuff to people and they won't like me for nothing. Oh gosh. Yeah, but you just got to continue on going. Like I said, yeah, so I'm learning every day that this is the walk that God wanted me to walk. Like I said, I never wanted to, hey Misha, hi baby. I never wanted to be a motivational speaker. I never wanted to talk in front of people. So I knew this was my gift, Sherry. If
Yeah.
I knew, huh? Go ahead.
But like me, um, I knew I had a calling, but I didn't know what it was.
Right.
But still, I'm gonna let God, work with me on that calling because most people, when I was coming up, most people say Sherry has a gift on her, but I still don't know what that gift is. But I'm just gonna let God work it out for me. You know what I'm saying, sis?
I agree. I so agree. Because you go ahead, Sherry. Go ahead.
And you know, it's just some things. I'm not saying, no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. But I just want God to work on. I still need to, do. I still need more work did on me, on the inside of me, you know. And I'm just, saying it for real. I'm just coming out with it, you
It
know.
ain't nothing wrong with that, Sherry. Like I said, I still got a lot of work to be done. Just because I'm sitting up here talking to you, I still fall short all the time. And I know if you ask God what is your gift is, He will show you what it is, Sherry. But you got to pray about.
Yeah,
You know what? I have kept turning away from this motivation stuff. I say, And there's a lot of people say you need to go into more than motivation. You need to talk to more people. And that's what I want to do. I do want to talk to more people. I do want to talk to more people.
mm,
But the reason why I have not started that yet, because God haven't took me further yet. We got to wait till God take us to a further level. Anybody else want to come up can come up. We want God to take us to a further level, encourage
yeah,
something else because we don't want to do it on our own. I wouldn't be able to talk to people if it wasn't for God. I wouldn't be able to know what to say. So God had to give
hmm,
me to say. I can't come up here and just say my own stuff. I have to hear from God what He want me to talk about. And the topic today was about change. It was about change
yeah,
who you are. If God say change your attitude, change it. If God say change your way of thinking, change it. Don't be scared to change who you are if God says do it. Now don't do it because your followers say do it. Do it because God say do it. Only way we're going to get somewhere in the world, we got to do it because God said do it. Now, if I sit up here and do it because Misha say do it, because Frank say do it, because you say do it, I'm doing it because of you. God said do it.
mm-mm,
I said do it. You know what? That's what's wrong with us people. We change for other people. No, I'm going to do
mm-mm.
my stuff because of me. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's what we do wrong. We don't want to do that. But if you keep asking God, pray to God about what is your calling, what do He want you to do, He would surely tell you that. He will show you what you need to do. And I think it's more like that you may be scared of trying to figure out what God wants you to do, but don't be scared. When God's giving you a calling to do something, do it. Do it.
Yep, I am.
I make mistakes all the time. I am in all the time asking for forgiveness. Yeah, and we're gonna make mistakes, Janet. That's okay if we make mistakes. It's a part of life. Nobody in this live stream, nobody in this world is perfect.
No
But
one.
we're gonna make mistakes, Janet. But that doesn't make you not a great person. We are great people, and we got to learn. We learn from our mistakes, and we keep going. We keep it moving. I learn from my mistakes. I keep it moving. But what God don't want us to do is make the same mistakes too many times. Now, say if I'm fussing you out over and over again, you know that ain't no mistake. If I'm doing that over and over with Misha, fussing Misha out every single day, we know that's not a mistake. If I'm fussing Mama out every single day, you know that's not a mistake. God already know that's not a mistake. Now He knows if you done made a mistake one time, fuss somebody out. Okay, He forgave you. So if a God forgave you
Yep.
every time, He ain't gonna keep forgiving you for the same thing over and over again. He doesn't do that way. God does not operate that way, but He does forgive you. But you
Yep.
your heart. One thing God know if you want to change or not. God knew
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't want to change, Sherry. He knew that. He knew I didn't want to be a better person because I was happy in the skin that I was in. And sometimes we get
Yep.
so comfortable in who we shouldn't be, we stay there. So I stayed there for a long time. I didn't want to be a better person. I just loved who I was. Meanie, sarcastic, all of this. Head used to move all doing all that. God didn't want me to be all like that. God wanted me to,
Mm-mm.
you know what I mean? God wanted me to change.
Yep.
He wanted me to change. And I had to learn who I was. You would never know who you are being that wrong person. If you don't sit
Mhm.
down and have a little talk with Jesus like He wanted to do, and He'll tell you what you need to do about your life, you will never know. I would have been
Mm-mm.
stuck in that rut back there, not changing. But thank God that He brought me from that. Thank God that I'm a better.
Amen.
Thank God that I'm living for Him and not living for people. Thank God that I change for Him and not changing for YouTubers, changing for the people out in the world, changing for the people in the live stream. Because that's what people do these days. They change for people other than changing for God. Get up and lift somebody up. Tell somebody they're beautiful. Tell somebody that they're amazing. That's one thing that we don't do enough of. We don't want to give each other compliments. That's what's wrong with the society. We don't want to give people compliments. We don't want to change. We don't want to do nothing. When you see somebody passing you up, you're study knocking them down, which is wrong. We don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
that. We're supposed to lift people up. Nobody wants to tell, hey, she looks beautiful. Oh, I love her smile. None of this stuff happens anymore. But we constantly knocking people down. We don't want to change. We don't want to listen to God. We want to do it our way. It's not always good to do it your way, Sherry.
Uh-uh.
It's good
No
to do,
way.
girl, you ain't saying it. It's good to do it God's way. So if I'm doing stuff your way and not doing it because God want me to do it, I'm going to be stuck in that rut. God want me to do it His way. Oreo, do you want to come out? Because Sherry ain't saying nothing. Not. Lord have mercy. I got to, oh, Lord. Oreo, you want to come up? There's the link right there.
Oreo, come on up.
Because I'm sure these people that I have on my live streams, I tell you right now, nobody wants to talk. But they love for me to talk, though. But nobody else wants to talk. I thank God that He gave me the ability to.
Oreo, come on up.
You hush, I'm Sherry.
Huh?
You hush. I'm glad God gave me the ability to be able to talk because nobody wants to talk anymore. Nobody wants to. I don't know why
Are
is
you?
people
You
scared
know
to.
what, sis? I,
Mm-hmm,
I used to be shy. I used to be real shy, for
mm-hmm,
real. When I was in school back in my day,
mm-hmm.
my teachers and them, they used to try to get me to talk. I never would talk.
Wow.
And they was like, is anything wrong with you? I was the quiet person.
Wow.
And as I became more, older and got older,
Yeah.
I just started talking slowly but surely. And
Right.
then it just started like, you can't get me to shut up.
And well, yeah, you I can tell that you're very shy, especially when you're on here. But when you're not on here, you're not shy. When we talk on the phone, you're not shy. No, no, no.
No.
Good morning, good
Hello.
afternoon, Oreo. How are
Hey,
you doing?
Oreo.
I'm good.
I like Oreo up here because Oreo really talks. I like that about her. I'm gonna have to get Oreo up here more and more. Oreo, what do you think about why do you think people are so afraid of change when it comes to pertaining God?
Well, I think people are afraid of change because I think that okay, when people hear the word change, I think they're thinking that, and this is exactly what I think it means. They're afraid because they think that they're going to have to give up everything that they're doing.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, right. That's what I said. That's what I said. Um, do you think you need? Okay. Do you think you need to change anything about you, Oreo? Do you think you're okay so far? Have you changed for the good, or do you think you're still working on it?
Well, I think I need to be working on it. I still need to change. There's some things that I'm not happy with in life that I do that I need to change.
And you know what? Sometimes when we live up to those things, you have to be a snake. Lose your
Huh?
wait a minute. You have
A
to be.
snake?
No, I'm listening to what Janet wrote. You have to be a snake. You have to be like a snake. Lose your. You have to be a snake. You
Oh
have
wow.
like a snake lose your outer skin. Absolutely. I agree that there's not ready to give up. Yeah, we're not ready to give up who we are. And like I said, and it's not a crime that you're not ready to give up. Because like I said, I didn't want to give up cussing people out. I didn't want to give that up. I didn't want to get sometimes I feel like doing it still. I'm just gonna keep it real. Sometimes I feel like going back there. I feel like going back there sometimes because people take me back there. I was on
Yep.
I was on Facebook the other day. Boy, oh boy, did I want to say some bad stuff. And I said some bad stuff. But I didn't say a lot of bad stuff. Sometimes people take me to another level. And I knew that was wrong. God say, I don't want you that way. I don't want you to do that. And sometimes when we sometimes we like the way we act. We like to cuss people out. We like to get a sometimes we sometimes we like to do bad to people. And I was comfortable in that skin, Oreo. You know why I was comfortable in that skin? Because it defined me.
Yeah.
It defined me. It would define me by being mean. So I didn't want to change being mean. I didn't want to change being stuck up. You know what I'm trying to say, Misha? I was stuck up.
Yeah.
I was so stuck on myself. Oh, I'm cute. Oreo, I should think all these things. That's bad.
Well, you are pretty.
Huh?
You are pretty.
But you know what? But listen, Warrior. Those. I'm talking back in the day. I was stuck on myself. God don't want us stuck on ourselves. No,
Right.
no, no, no.
Uh-uh.
And that's why I was really stuck on myself. That was a long time ago. I'm nothing like that no more. Oh no, no. I look back at where I used to come out. I'd be hiding from it. I'd be like, I'd be like, ah. Sometimes you gotta hide from where you came. I said, oh no.
Yeah.
You want to hide from that. You don't want to go back there. I'm
No.
thinking myself. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see what you just said. Hold on, Warrior. I've gotten good at biting my lip. Yes, we have to bite our lip now. Because just because I'm a Christian, just because you guys are a Christian, doesn't mean you don't want to bite your lip sometime. Doesn't mean that you won't say nothing bad sometime. But when you say something bad, you got to make sure you go ask God for forgiveness. And that's what I have to do. I have to ask God for forgiveness all the time because I have to bite my lips a lot. And I'm trying to tell you, I have done it a lot of time. But you know what? He forgave me. But just because God forgive you from that, don't go back and do it again. And God knows
Amen.
we make mistakes, but stop making the same mistake. You know,
Yeah.
God knows we're going to make mistakes after mistakes after mistakes after mistakes. But God don't want you to make the same one over and over 3 or 4 times because He know you are. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's a wonder. Oh, I love her. You guys are amazing. So yeah. Oh, it's so cute. So yeah, God know we're gonna make mistakes. I make it
Mhm.
every day, but I'm not gonna stop teaching, preaching, showing you guys how to love each other. I'm not gonna stop uplifting you guys. I'm not going to stop motivating you guys. Even if I get one person in my live stream, I'm not going to stop doing what I do. And that's what people do. They stop doing what they want to do because God gave you a gift.
Yeah.
God don't want you to change your gift. So many people change their gifts and it doesn't work out right.
And
Oh,
they
I want
change and
go
they
ahead.
change because they get discouraged too.
There you go. There you
Because
go.
I got discouraged. That's why I wanted to stop. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep on going.
Amen. There you go, Oreo.
Amen. That's true.
There you go, Oreo. You keep going because let me do something. If God is for you, who can be against you? If God
Right?
is for each and every one of you guys in this live stream, who can be against you? People can say exactly what they want to say about you. People can think whatever they want to think about you. But if God is for you, and nobody can be against you. Nobody
Yeah, and
can.
Amen.
they can say whatever they want, that as long as they don't put their hands on you.
Amen. People can't touch you. As
Exactly.
long as you God's child, ain't nobody going to be able to touch you. They ain't going to be able to touch you. I'm God's child.
Right?
People don't want you to win no more, and people don't want you to change. Being that I changed, it seems like I get all the negative now. Being that I'm a child of God, now that I get since I don't fuss back no more. People think maybe that I'm a wimp now. I'm far from a wimp because I would do what I got to do and go get on my knees and pray about it later.
Yeah.
I'll do it in a minute and get on my knees and pray about it because I'm not no wimp just because I'm a Christian. And most of the people think that a person become a Christian and they didn't change and they all messed up. No, no. I still love God and I still do those things. But let me tell you something. Ain't nobody gonna think I'm a wimp now because I'm not that. All you
No.
do is try your best. We're all human. I feel like if I'm okay. Yeah. Yeah, all we got to do is try our best. And God know when you're trying. Like I said, He know that we're gonna fall sometimes. Because let me tell you something. This year alone, this year just like ending again. I have made so many mistakes. I have fallen so many times. I don't know how many times I done failed. I don't know how many times. Who got a bag? Is that you, Sherry?
Nah.
That must be Oreo. I
Yeah.
don't know
I'm
how many,
getting some ice out the freezer.
girl, that's what I love. I love ice too, Oreo. And I don't know how many times I done failed. I don't know how many times, but I have got back up and started all over again. One thing that God want us to do when we fall down, get right back up again. Don't stay down. People want you down. You know that, right?
Right.
People want you down. They
Yeah,
like
they want you down.
They sure
They
do.
want you down. They want you to fail.
right, and we're not failures. We're and like I said, and if we do fall, that's okay. That's okay. I have failed a lot of time. That's okay. We don't want to say we don't want to give up on our channel. We don't want to give up on change. If it's necessary, we don't want to give up on none of that. We want to keep on believing in ourselves and keep on striving to be the best that we can be. And like I said, I've been doing this Christian walk a whole 5 years, and let
Uh
me,
huh.
it have not been easy. It have not been easy because many a days I want to go back and go back where I used to be at. I want to change from being a Christian and go back fussing everybody out, cussing everybody out, being mean what people be to me. But like I said, God say two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
Two wrongs
No,
don't make
it
a right.
don't.
What I mean by that, just because somebody else is doing that doesn't mean you do it back to them.
Right.
Those two things are you doing the same thing. You be the bigger person and you change and you let them do what they got to do. Because God said, I'll take care of the wicked. I'll take
Yeah.
care of the hateful people. I'll take care of the jealous people. You just continue on being who you are. And that's what we got to learn as we walk this Christian walk. We don't want to be afraid to grow. We don't want to be afraid to change who we are as individuals. And
Hey,
that's what
Miss
I want.
Trisha.
Go ahead.
Here's another one. Like how they say. Here's another example. They say, "Girl, you're as wrong as two left shoes."
True. True, Oreo. That's a good example. Yeah, I'm going to use that one.
I
Yeah,
used to hear that all the time.
that's a I haven't heard that one in a long time.
Me neither.
Wow, that's a good one. So yeah, we don't wanna be nobody but what God wants us to do. And what God don't want us to do, He don't want us to be a follower.
Mhm.
There's so many people on these YouTube streets follow behind each other. I got my own journey. You got your own journey. Sherry got her own journey. Mama got hers. Misha got hers. Country Ghetto. Who all in here? They all got their own journey. We don't want to follow behind
Amen.
each other. We don't want to step on each other's toes. We want to do our own thing.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, sure.
Okay, like you said that a lot of people on YouTube are following behind each other. Can you like tell me who or give an example?
Um, I'm not going to say who. What I mean by followers, you want to follow somebody that's positive. There's a lot of people following people that's negative.
Right.
You know what
Okay.
I mean? Like, I'm a positive person, and God wants us to follow positive people. If you go around following
Amen.
negative, you're going to be just as negative as they are. So
Yeah.
God wants us to follow people that's positive. God
Yeah.
wants us to be role models. You know what I mean, Oreo?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he wants to be role models, and he don't want you to follow behind negative because they're so quickly. It's so easy to follow behind that. Even for me, being that I'm a Christian, it is so easy for me to follow behind a negative person. Even
Yeah.
if I'm a Christian, it is. You can get with somebody and think that they're positive, and later on in life they're just as negative as three left shoes.
Yeah, I had three left
You
shoes.
know, you know,
Hmm.
you know what I mean?
That's true.
You know what I mean, Oreo?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I said, y'all don't understand. I have to follow behind a lot of negative people. And like I said, everybody you come in contact with, you got to make sure you talk to God about them.
Right.
You got to make sure you talk to God about me. I got to make sure I talk to God about you. Because just what you forgot that you guys keep forgetting that the devil was once an angel.
Mhm.
When that person did me in back there, I knew I had to change. God had already gave me warnings a long time ago about that person, but I still didn't listen to him. That's why things happen to us because we don't listen to God.
Mhm.
Listen. That's why negative come our way because we don't listen. That's why God afflict things on you because you don't listen. You don't listen. You don't want to listen to him, but you can listen to negative stuff out there that's not of God. And that's what we
Uh-huh.
do. We listen to negative stuff that's not of God.
Yeah.
Anybody got something to say? They are negative. They are negative YouTubers.
Hey,
Wait a minute. There are negative YouTubers out there pulling out YouTubers down. That's just wrong. That's two or
Mhm.
three. Girl, bye. Yes, Mama, I know. Mama,
What? What she say?
Mama said there are negative YouTubers out there pulling other YouTubers down. That's just
Oh yeah.
left shoe.
Oh yeah.
three left shoes.
Misha say, "Yep, I try to surround myself with positive people. It helps me to stay right." That's what I'm trying to say. Surround yourself around positive people because you know why? It helps you stay positive.
Yeah.
If I go to negative
Hmm.
channels all the time, guess what's going to happen?
You gonna be
You gonna
negative.
be negative?
There you go. I'm going to be negative all the time.
Yeah.
Now, if I go to a negative channel all the time and they cussing, I'm going to be cussing too. I'm like, shoot, they doing it. You'll be like, oh, yeah, you know. But that's not me. You know what? Even if I make a mistake and say those bad words now, I sound funny saying them. Because I don't do them no more. When I think about it, I say, well, what did I say? I say that don't sound right no more because I'm not that way anymore. When God
Yeah.
takes you from that journey to another journey, He don't want you to go back to that journey. He wants you to move away from that and do something better with yourself. You know. So anybody got to add on to this? Anybody got a story to tell about their lives? How God have changed them? Anybody?
Me, I'm gonna do like a story time, about how I used to be, sis, you know, and I mean, the way I used to be, I was the same way, I used to be shy. I didn't, and how me and you be talking all the time, sis,
Mm-hmm.
and but still, me and you, we gotta talk some more. But I done went through some things back in my days, but I don't want to say it on here. You know what I'm saying? I don't want I don't want you to get in trouble by YouTube. I know how
Right.
you
I
do.
know. Yeah. You're right. I know what you mean. But I'm talking
So
about what.
I'm just gonna,
Go ahead.
but I greatly appreciate this this the topic for today. Change. Change. For God. Change because you want to be a better person. Don't change because somebody else wants you to change, but do it for
Mhm.
you. And that's the way I want to be. I want to change because it makes me feel better on the inside. And I want to. Oh man, I just want to.
I know,
I
sure.
just I just need to. Oh. You just don't know, sis.
I know, Sherry. I know, girl. I already know. Believe me, I already know. I know. I know. I know. If anybody feel your heart, Sherry, it's your girl Trisha here. I know your pain. I know what you go through, but we're gonna leave it there. I know the change, but I'm just saying, have God changed anything about you so off lately here?
Yep. You
What
know,
happened?
the things that I used to do, I don't do them no more. And I thank God for that. Because I say something to a person in a minute, but God, built me up. He helped me to be a stronger woman. You know, Look at me now. When I be on my channel, I don't let them get to me no more like I used to.
Mhm.
And I thank God for that. I thank God. When
Mhm.
I hear you tell me, sis, don't let them get to you. And that's helping me to be more stronger and more stronger in the
And,
Lord.
and
And I
I've even
thank God for
told,
that.
hey Sherry,
Yep.
and I've even told
Yep.
you that too. I've told you don't worry about it.
Yep. And I
Glory.
thank y'all for that. I
You
really do.
welcome.
Because you can't worry about spilled milk because that's what it is. If God changed you to
Yep.
be a stronger person, you stay strong. You don't let
Yep.
nobody
Mhm.
belittle you again because you say so. Hey, Marie, how are you, baby? Look at all my baby girls coming in here. Hey, beautiful Patricia and the other. Just want to stop in and say hi. You two have a blessed weekend also, Marie. Thank you for stopping in, baby. Make sure you come to this line through because it's absolutely very, yeah. Okay, but like I said, if God had built you up, you stay that way. We are so
Yep.
see, we are so easy to go back to where we used to be because God had already built you up, but we are so easy to go back there. Like the other day, I was saying stuff that I shouldn't even been saying, but it's just like I said, it's so easy to go back, especially
Yep.
Mhm.
especially when the enemy trying to work on you, especially when he trying to say things that you shouldn't even say. But
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to say. If God had built you up to be a better person, you be that better person. He built you up to understand that, hey, it's okay. You're gonna
Mhm.
have negative stuff. You're gonna have these things, but he still building you up to keep on going. He changed you because you wasn't
Amen.
always that way, Sherry. You was not
I
always
know.
that way. I see a big change in you. Not a little one, but a real big change. What about you,
Amen.
Warrior? What have God done for you so far that you can see change in
Well, I remember how I used to be in the past too.
you? Mm-hmm.
I used to be real shy
Right. Aw.
and don't want to say anything to people,
Mm-hmm.
which I am still shy a little bit, but I'm not as shy as I used to be.
Right.
And I didn't used to take up for myself. I used to let people do me any kind of way and say anything to me.
Oh wow.
And I noticed now that I've gotten older
Mm-hmm.
and I'm more wiser than I used to be, and I thank God for that. I
Amen.
stopped I stopped letting people
Amen.
I stopped letting people take advantage of me.
There you go. God
I
told
started
you.
I started back talking I
Ooh
started
wee.
back taking up for myself now. I
Amen. There you
I
go.
don't I don't let people do me any kind of way
That's right.
anymore.
You cannot. You
I've
cannot.
risen I've risen above that.
Right. That's right. You cannot let him. KFS, do you want to come up here, sweetheart? Because you said you would. KFS, you want to come up? Let's see if KFS want to come up. Hold on. I'm just gonna put it in. You want to come up, KFS? If you do, I'm gonna put the link in the thing below, in the comment down below. Comment down below for your girl. It's absolutely free. Yeah. Okay, KFF, if you want to come up, we're talking about um what have God done? I mean, why is so many people wait a minute, sorry, scared I say huh? Okay, come on up here. I just put the link down there, KFS. Oh, that's so nice of KFS. We're talking about don't be why is so many people afraid of change, and that's what we're going to talk about. So come on up in the link comment below, and come on and talk to us, KFS. Y'all. One thing about me, guys, I am not scared to talk on this thing. I'm trying to think.
Uh-huh.
If you guys drop off today, I'm gonna still be talking because I know how to talk. Not two people, many people know how to do that. Sherry gets so free. She gets so, when she get up here on this panel, I notice. She can talk to me on the phone now. Okay, wait a minute, sis. Let me tell you this, sis. But when we get up on here, it's another ball game. I say this girl is, oh my goodness. Oh God. You know what? I like to tell, I like people to know where I come from. I like the people to know that, you know what? I don't mind talking. I can out talk a lot of folks. Come on up, KFS. I dropped the link. Come on up. It's absolutely for real. Yeah.
But you know what, sis?
What's that?
Like another thing what Oreo said, you know, I used to people used to take advantage of me, you know, and they used to do it when I was in school as I got older. But now, not no more. You ain't gonna take advantage of me no more.
There you
go. No way.
Frank cracking up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. KSS, come on up. The link is at the description box or whatever it is. Come on up. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. You don't let people take advantage of you. You got
you don't.
God changed you. God changed you. God wants you to be strong. And right now, you are strong. And I see the change in you. I see the change in you. Because I remember the time that I could come to your live stream and it'd be a whole different ball game. We're not going to get into it, but I could come to your live stream and it would be a different ball game. It's nothing like you are now. You are much stronger. You are much stronger. You are much stronger. And I always been this type from day one here on YouTube. One thing about me that I did do that God changed about me, I used to be so clumsy, trip over everything. But now I'm not that way. KSS, is you coming up or what, buddy? Come on up, buddy. Yeah. Come on. So yeah, I changed a lot from where I used to be at. Like I said, I used to be clumsy, but I always remained the same. There you go. Here go KSS. Oh, KSS, this is so amazing. Hi, baby. How are you?
Hey.
Hello.
Don't be shy. Okay, KSS.
No,
I love KSS. Okay, KSS, we're talking about why do you think people are so afraid of change when it comes to God?
That right there.
Okay, we're gonna ask you this then. What have God done for you lately? What have you changed about yourself for the better?
Well, starting off, he has helped me with my anger. I used to be the type where you say one thing on me that I didn't like, I'll pop off and pull anything I get my hand on you. I definitely try to control myself. I have definitely changed from switching from different girl to girl. I don't switch from girl to girl that I think that like me and want to be with. I don't want to use stuff. I stopped doing that. And I'm now waiting. At the moment, I have just gotten into a couple. I had been with for years, but we had broken up because she did some bad stuff. Okay,
I got you. So God have changed to be a better person this time, huh? Well, you know what? Like I said, you keep on trusting in God.
Yes, definitely. It took me a long way, actually.
Go ahead, I can hear you. I didn't hear you, KFS. KFS? I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you, honey. What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I forgot one time. I ended up forgetting.
I said I didn't hear nothing you said. I'm gonna take you down.
I had ended up forgetting what I had said.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, God will make us be better people. Like I said, I wasn't like I was telling them KFS before you came up. I think he have a delay. Yeah, I think so too, Mama. One thing about me, KFS, I have not always been a Christian. You already know that. I've been a Christian 5 years here, you know. And like I said, I have done bad things. I have done good things. And God has changed me from the person that I used to be. You know what I mean? He has changed me to be a better person. If it wasn't for God, I don't know what I would do. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, KFS. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. Oh Lord. But God have made me be a better person. And being a better person is loving people, doing what I got to do. I have not always been a kind person to people. So God has changed me to be a better person. You know what I mean? There you go. There you go. Just put it like that. God have made me be a better person. And sometimes we make mistakes, but guess what? We learn from them. We learn from our mistakes. You know what I'm saying, KFS? So just because you've been through stuff doesn't mean it's the end of the world. We all go through trials and tribulations, but we got to work it out. God will work it out. God will work it out. And like I said, I didn't think I would ever change, Oreo. I didn't think I would ever change. I thought I would still be a mean to people. And sometimes you look back from where you came from. I have came a long way. Let's put it like that. I didn't think I would ever be saved because I didn't want to read the Bible. I didn't want to read the Bible. And now I find myself always into the word, always, like I said, I go to bed reading the Bible. I get up in the morning reading the Bible. When I go to bed, like I said, I do that Psalms 91 protection. So I'll talk about protecting you from the snares, protecting you from the people that's in the daytime and at nighttime. It tells you all about that stuff. And I read that. And in the morning, I read Bible verses. I just try to keep myself prayed up because I want to be closer to God. I want to feel his presence. And that's what we want to do. We want to feel God's presence a little bit more. And we don't do that. We're scared to even talk to God about situations. If you're afraid to talk to God, God's going to be afraid to talk to you. Don't ever be afraid to talk to God. If you got problems, if you want to change something about you, tell God that you need to change that. Don't be afraid to tell God that you want to change. And like I said, I knew that I was going down the wrong road, Oreo, Cherry, and KFS. And I knew I needed to change. The only way I was going to change, I had to be better with me. I had to talk to God. I had to want to change. So many people want to change, but they don't take that leap to get there. You know what I mean?
But I don't see why it's so hard to get. I don't see why it's so hard to talk to God. You can get on the internet and talk to people about everything and about your problems. They don't know nothing about you. They don't know you, but you can't talk to God, and God knows everything about you.
Amen. Girl, you better say it again, Oreo. This girl be making. Boy, that's why I like Oreo up here. That's exactly Oreo. You can talk. Oh, I love her. Oh gosh, I love her here. I'm gonna have to get her up here more because I love her. She talks. Yeah, that's true. You can talk to God about. If I can get up here and talk to you guys about my life, I can go get on my knees or go in my meditation part and talk to people about the same thing that I'm doing. We don't do that enough. The reason why we don't do that enough because we're scared.
Because you say something, you say something on here about your life, they'll go back and say something about it. God ain't gonna say nothing about it.
Girl, you better
that's between you and God.
Amen. That's what it is. It's between you and God. And that's why so many people but there's a lot of people put their stuff out here anyways, which they shouldn't. You should listen to God. You need to talk to God about it. And that's one thing I do. I tell you guys bits and pieces about stuff, but I would never put my whole life out here. I would never.
Right.
I would never do that. I tell you stuff like I did my little premiere yesterday. I told you stuff. I went to school. I did this. I did that. I did this. I got it for Prettiest Smile in school. I did it all. I had a lot of things happening to me in school. And I had a lot of not so good things happening to me in school. But I'm not afraid to talk about positive things. I'm not going to never bring up a lot of negative things because I'm not about negativity. I'm trying to move forward. That's what we all got to focus on. We all need to start focusing on positive, not negative. And that's what God put us on earth to think about positive things. Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah, that's going to happen. And yeah, that's going to happen. But you got to count on God.
Amen.
God, we're going to make it to the next episode. And let me tell you something. I've been through so much in this world, and sometimes I sit up and say to myself, why me, God? Never ask God why. Never ask God why. Are you still here, KFS? Never ask God why. Just know that God is working it out. God ain't going to leave you in no kind of problem. He ain't going to leave you in nothing. What we need to focus on is needed when God say change. Don't be like me and wait till the end of time to change. Don't do that. Because all that stuff
Mm.
when I told you about that girl, all that could have been prevented if I would have listened to God the first time when He said, "She's not right for you. She's not right for you. She's not right for you. Change." But what I didn't want to listen to Him. So that's why He took me down the road to destruction because I didn't want to listen.
Mhm.
KFS died. I think KFS is real shy too. I know this.
Aw.
Yeah, he is. Oh, KFS. That's okay. But I know God took me. He took me through the right path. Like I said, and I'm here to. I'm a living testimony. Things that I went on in my
Amen.
life, I like to tell other people about it. I like to talk to younger people about it also. That's why I say I go to nursing homes. I talk to my children. Yeah, that I can't talk to them right now about my life and where their life is going. And it's okay that this is happening to you. God is going to make a way out of no way for you, and He's going to change you. So don't ever be afraid to change. Nobody. Do anybody else have anything to say other than Ori? Ori always talking. How about you, Sheila?
I enjoyed this topic, sis. I really did, and let's continue to do different topics. And it's helping me out. The more you create a topic and I listen to it, and it's helping me out a whole lot. And I just thank God for you, sis. I really do.
Yeah, we're gonna come up with one more topics. Do anybody got any topics to talk about? Because I said I'm gonna be coming on here Mondays and Thursday at 12 o'clock. That is my time, 12 o'clock. And I'm only gonna stay on to like now to 2. So we're about to get off. Gloria, do you got a topic that we want to talk about Monday if God's willing? Or anybody in the live stream got a topic that we can talk about Monday if God's willing?
How? Well, I don't know. But how about talking about like disabilities?
Disabilities. I don't know if that's gonna. I got to see if that's gonna work out because sometimes we can't talk about everything. I'm gonna look and see on YouTube if that's okay to talk about that. Disability. I know we can. It's got to. It can't be nothing because disability is a good. I think that's a great topic too.
Yeah.
Um. I don't know if that one's going to be good. I think it's a good topic, but I don't know if YouTube think it's a good topic. I think it's an amazing topic. Anybody in the live
I'm gonna
stream
think of one.
think of one Oreos because if I can't talk about that, can you think of something else? Or anybody in the live stream? Nobody in the live stream never talks about
Uh, let's
that.
see. Hmm.
It's got to be something else that we can talk about too. Um, let me see. Okay, that's okay.
I'm gonna be thinking of one, sis.
That's okay, KFS. Jimmy, do you have any topic that we can talk about Monday if God's willing or Mama? Anybody? KFS, do you have anything that we can talk about? I'll try to join you back if you let me. That's okay, KFS, because we're about to get off. You have to clean your heart out. Anybody you have done wrong to have to ask God for forgiveness. Absolutely, Janet. Yes, we do. You got to ask God for forgiveness. If you want to drop down, you can share if you want to. You can drop down if you
What
want.
you say, sis?
If you want to drop down, you can.
No,
Yeah, yo.
no.
Yo. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna close this thing out, even though it was just me, Sherry, and Trisha talking today on here. And you guys, Frank, y'all, you guys don't know nothing to talk about. Y'all, you know what? I think you guys like me talking.
No, I can't think of anything else.
I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking to people in the live stream and Sherry. I think you
Oh.
guys like me talking. Or you'll talk with me, but I think you guys like me talking. How to know when? Okay, let me see what this is on. Let me see what this is on. How to know when to let go of people. Okay, cool. That's a good one. How to let go of things. Okay, let me write that down real quick. Because I've been went to another topic and they'd be like, wow, I thought she was talking about my topic. Girl, bye.
How to know when
Like
to
Sherry
let go.
guys, and I'm doing this manual fast and it's causing me to be healthy. Oh, that's a good thing to do. Healthy is the best
Yep.
thing to do. How to know when to let go of people. Yeah. How to know to let go of people. Okay, we're gonna put that down. I hope I don't get no yellow. Talk about cleaning your heart out. Okay, that's another one. How to know. I see 3 wheels just texting me talking about he ain't in here today. because something. Yeah, okay.
Talk about cleaning your heart out.
Let go of people and things. Hold on, guys. I'm writing this thing down because if I get off this live stream, I don't look back at my live stream. Sometime I do. Janet said, talk about
Cleaning your heart out.
cleaning your heart out. And we all need to do that. And we're all guilty in that. So because I need to work on my heart too. Everybody needs to work on that one right there. Because we all are guilty in cleaning our heart out. Our hearts is not
absolutely.
Like
I said absolutely. That's a good topic.
Of people things. Okay. And sometimes that's a good one. That's a good one too, Janet, and it's a wonder. Oh my goodness. Those are some good topics. Well, guys, I'm about to get off here. Thank you for the haters in the background. Thank you guys for coming in. And thank you for the people that's in the live stream. Thank you for
I enjoyed it, sis.
I did too. I enjoyed it too.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Thank you, what's her name? Orion, you've been amazing. Sherry, you've been amazing.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, girl. But guys, I'm about to get off here. Mama, thank you for coming. It's a wonder. Thank you for coming. Frank, thank you for coming. Janet, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yemi, thank you for coming. Who else? Kelsey Carroll, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Marie, thank you for coming. Dorada, thank you for coming. Mika, thank you for coming. I thank you all. Muffy, thank you for coming. Thank everybody for coming in here today. Okay, have a wonderful day and a again and a and a again. Frank, you gonna come up here next time. You talk a little bit more than Sherry. It's a wonder. I'm about to put you up here next time too. Don't think you're gonna stay down in that platform. And Mama, you too. You too. See you later. Have a good day. Don't forget to smile. Whatever you do today, make this a great day.
Yeah.
Smile.
Love y'all. Bye-bye.
You said I'm ready to get off the bye, girl. That's a shame. Girl, I'm asking you to come in no more. Okay, bye, Mama. Love you guys. Bye. I'm
gonna come back up here, okay?
Oh, you ain't coming nowhere. Gone.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I love you, sis.
Bye. I love you too. Frank,
all right. Bye, Oreo.